All right, here we go, solving this absolute value equation. When you're solving absolute value equations, your very first step is to isolate the absolute value. So you're actually going to treat this equation as if it was negative 3a minus 6 is less than 6. Okay? So what would you do? Do you understand? Okay. You want to isolate the absolute value. So I'm kind of treating this absolute value of 7x plus 4 like a variable. It's like I'm calling it an a. You can write all this later. I just want to stay with me. Are you with me? So if I wanted to solve this to get the absolute value by itself on one side, what would you do first? You do what? Are you guessing? Okay. Thank you for being honest. If I wanted to solve this, what would you do first?
Substitute. Make the 6 or make the negative.
You know I'm going to kill y'all for saying that. Not really going to kill y'all. But we're not making the 6 negative. We're adding 6 to both sides, right? Right? So we add 6 to both sides. So, just to simplify what the process looks like, then what would you do? Divide both sides by what? A what kind of 3?
Negative.
Did an alarm just go off? We're dealing with inequalities, you divide by negative. So what should happen? Perfect. Flip the inequality. So I end up with just the absolute value of 7x plus 4 is greater than negative 4. So just so you can see it in a smaller, more condensed form, are we okay with that? Don't lie to me. Good?
Yeah.
Okay. So now you got to divert to these rules over here. Because when you have the absolute value of something greater than, it follows a specific set of rules. Okay? If you have the absolute value greater than a number, then you follow this rule. So you always have to do a rewrite. The way that you would rewrite a greater than is whatever's inside the absolute value, 7x plus 4, is greater than, this is a tricky problem. Actually, you don't have to do anything. The absolute value of anything is always positive, right? So it's always going to be greater than negative 4, a negative number. So if you come up with something like this, hopefully you'll look at it and realize all numbers for x will work. Because whatever you put in here, whether negative or positive, when you take the absolute value of it, it's going to equal a positive number. So this is all real numbers. So if this is your original question, either it's a little tricky, or either we copied it wrong. Okay? But the absolute value of anything is always greater than a negative number. So the solution is all real numbers. How would you write all real numbers in interval notation? Negative infinity to positive infinity.
Like a right.
Yes. Pause.